Playable character in Death Stranding. He's often seen carrying a bridge baby, which allows him to plug into the other side and temporarily see BTs, the shadowy creatures seen throughout the trailers. He carries around a ladder and climbing anchor to help him scale mountains or across chasms, and he's often seen sporting various suits to protect him from the environment or ripping around on an awesome motorcycle. He always has an electronic handcuff dangling from his wrist, which we can now assume helps calibrate his bridge baby. Sam wears a necklace with 6 metal clips which resemble dog tags called cupids. Here we see Sam using the cupids at a delivery terminal, which then establishes a new strand in the chiral network coverage. When Sam takes damage, it stresses out the bridge baby, indicated by a red pulse, but Sam can soothe and rock it to calm it down. Also, Sam has a urination mechanic in the game, which can apparently be used as a weapon. It also makes weird mushrooms grow. Fantastic. In the Game Awards trailer from 2016, we were introduced to Cliff, played by Mads Mikkelsen, known for his work in the Hannibal series and Casino Royale. He was commanding a small group of skeletal soldiers dressed like World War II paratroopers, while Cliff himself was wearing modern-day military garb. The soldiers were connected to Cliff by black cords, similar to the black umbilical cord connecting the bridge baby to Sam when he woke up on the beach in the reveal trailer from E3 2016. These tentacle-like cords seem to command the soldiers and then completely retract, and the black liquid dripping down Cliff's face in certain scenes are similar to the dripping we see in the game's title logo. Kojima himself confirmed that those strands hanging from the game's title are actually umbilical cords. In the release date reveal trailer, Cliff is reassuring one of the bridge babies by saying, "I'll always be with you," and then singing a lullaby. We also see him commanding an undead army again. He sets the area aflame and walks through it with his soldiers. Fragile, played by Leia Seydoux, is another Death Stranding character who seems to be in the delivery business. She's often sporting a jacket with spikes that come out when the BTs are near and has a vibrating umbrella. The back of her jacket reads, "Fragile Express, handled with love." Based on that name, it's possible that both her and Sam are named after the organizations they're associated with. At one point, she asks Sam to come work for her, but he rejects the offer, saying he's just a delivery person. This suggests that whatever Fragile is involved in is bigger than what Sam is doing, and he has no interest in getting involved. We learned in the Gamescom 2019 character trailer for Margaret Qualley's Mama that she is the mother of a baby that was born on the other side, thus trapping Mama where she is, since she is still connected to her baby through an umbilical cord. Although she is spotted being carried by Sam in the TGS 2018 trailer right before they meet up with Higgs, so we're assuming she won't be trapped there forever. We first see Guillermo del Toro's Dead Man in the Game Awards 2016 trailer. He wears a Bridges pin on his jacket, which suggests he may be a member of the organization. We've seen Dead Man connect to a bridge baby as well. Dead Man also shows up in his own character trailer, where he appears to be working in some sort of bridge baby, or BB, lab. He knows a lot about how the bridge babies work and uses his handcuff to recalibrate it back to its still mother's womb to reduce its stress level. It's also worth noting that Kojima has revealed that Guillermo del Toro was scanned in to make a 3D model, but is actually played by Jesse Corti. We're sure you'll remember that Kojima, Norman Reedus, and Guillermo del Toro all teamed up to create Konami's canceled Silent Hills, so it makes sense to still see Guillermo show up in one form or another. According to Kojima, Nicholas Winding Refn's Hartman has a unique heart which stops every 21 minutes. He is hooked up to an AED and occupies himself with music and film that can be consumed within that 21-minute window. When he dies, he spends 3 minutes on the other side, searching for his family before being resurrected. Hartman dies 60 times a day. He explains to Sam in his character trailer that everything he does in the 21 minutes between death is just filler, since his only actual desire is to find his family in the afterlife. He also mentions in the trailer that he has visited the other side 218,550 times. You'll also notice Hartman's entire room appears to be padded. We assume he has set up precautions for himself just in case he loses track of time and dies while walking around. Just like Guillermo del Toro's Dead Man, Nicholas Winding Refn is only a 3D scan in Death Stranding, and will be mocapped and voice acted by another actor. Tommy Earl Jenkins' Die Hard Man is only seen wearing a black face mask with just his eyes exposed. The mask seems to be made out of a hard protective material, and includes a cast for his 2 rows of teeth, which moves when he speaks. The top of the mask includes a serial number with the words Ludens underneath it. Ludens is the official logo and mascot for Hideo Kojima's studio, Kojima Productions. We see him speaking to both Sam and Deadman over a body, possibly one that needs to be delivered. We also got to see him in a behind closed door trailer at Gamescom 2019, but more on that later. Troy Baker's Higgs, who's also known as the Man in the Golden Mask, makes his first appearance in the Tokyo Game Show 2018 trailer, where he's seen summoning a huge otherworldly monster in front of Sam and Mama. In the release date trailer, he's shown holding an assault rifle and wearing a hood that has 3 rows of text. In the first line, the words protection layer can be made out, followed by either a level 1 or a level 3, and the third is some sort of serial number. He also has 2 black liquid drips coming from his right eye, which is the same kind we see running profusely down Cliff's face in the Game Awards 2016 trailer. This effect seems to be related to control and connection. When Cliff was controlling the skeleton soldiers, his face was drenched in it, but after they did his bidding, his face was clean. This suggests that Higgs has similar abilities, although his seem to be a bit more subtle. The fact that he's holding an assault rifle suggests he has a military role himself. Lindsay Wagner's Amelie is the current president of the United Cities of America. She is the leader of a project to connect the chiral network, and has already traveled from east to west coast to try and make this happen. In her latest behind closed doors character trailer, we know that her and Die Hardman speak to Sam in what seems to be the Oval Office, trying to convince him to make the pilgrimage as well to connect the chiral network. Emily speaks to Sam and Die Hardman through a projection, since she's actually being held on the west coast in Edge Knot City after being kidnapped by the Homo Demons. Amelie also can't age and looks exactly the same as when Sam had seen her 10 years previously. In the new trailer, she says, "My body is still on the beach," which implies she's still connected to the game's other side in some way. Bridget, also known as the president of Jack Shit as Sam refers to her, is seen lying in a hospital bed in what appears to be the White House. She tells Sam he can make America whole and pleads that if everyone doesn't come together again, humanity will not survive. All of this suggests she was also once the president. There's also a theory going around that her and Amelie are actually the same character from different timelines. They're both played by Lindsay Wagner. They both seem to want to reconnect the country together, and Sam carries a picture of himself looking younger next to a slightly older Amelie in what appears to be the Oval Office. In the release date trailer, you can see Bridget's hand caressing a slightly different but nearly identical picture, so it's safe to assume multiple timelines will play a role here. There's also another theory that Bridget is actually Amelie's mother, but that one is still a little shaky at the time of writing this. While more of a cameo, it's also revealed that a character named Ludens Fan is played by none other than the Game Awards creator, Jeff Keighley. Ludens Fan, who Kojima says is a prepper, is actually just a hologram who accepts and gives delivery jobs to Sam. Kojima says we can expect to see preppers all throughout the UCA. It's in this prepper's bunker where we see Sam connect his strand. Also, Jeff Keighley seems to only be facial scanned in, as his character is actually voiced by Critical Role's Matt Mercer. For more on Death Stranding, make sure to check out why IGN's Max Scoville thinks that hunting theories about Death Stranding may be more fun than what the actual game is. And of course, for much more, make sure to keep it here on IGN.